tryna go to the stars. She been off drugs all day. She think that she landed in Mars.
Welcome to Intuition Podcast. This video is brought to you by Holla at Your Boy Productions. With that being said, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, and show love to the video. I appreciate all the support. And I want you to remember something. I love you, but most importantly, so does God. Enjoy the video. Yes. And we're back, man. Yes, we are back. Welcome back, Intuition family. Episode 11, man. Episode 11. Can you believe it? It truly is a blessing, guys. We are 11 episodes in. I got a real good one for you guys today. I got a very special guest. I'm not even gonna spoil the surprise. I'm gonna just let the video play and you're gonna see. But I want to continue to thank you guys for the amount of support and love y'all been showing online, in person. I really appreciate it all. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Last video we were at 195. Today we are officially at 212 subscribers, man. It really is a blessing. 212 in less than almost 2.5 months. Sometimes, like I say, I'm speechless. It's God. I don't have nobody else to thank but Him. And I want to get right into the quote of the week so we can get right into the video. This week's quote of the week. Yesterday was history. Tomorrow's a mystery. That's why today is called the present. With that being said, enjoy life, man. Live in the present. Life is short. You never know when your time is coming. Don't worry about tomorrow issues. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Be present. Worried about today. Today is a gift truly from God. And I just want all of you to understand that. Just live in the present, man. Be in the moment with your friends, yourself, your family members. Love those who love you. And the love will continue to come back to you. With that being said, let's get right to the video. Hope you enjoy. And we're back, man. I told y'all we got a special guest, man. My boy Duece in the building, man. What's happening, man? Intuition, y'all make sure y'all show him some love. His Instagram gonna be at the bottom, and also his party promotion group gonna be at the bottom too.
Event planning.
Yeah, okay, event planning. My fault.
You know what I'm saying?
My fault. Yes, Duece, introduce yourself to the family. We're gonna get right into the video after you do it.
Hey everybody. My name is Duece. I go by the host name Duece 2 times. Really just an event planner, marketer, entertainment extraordinaire.
He the man.
Anything you can think, I do it. Currently the vice president of external affairs in North Carolina A&T State University. I'm a host.
He do it all. He finna go down as what?
Tag.
The best host in A&T history, man. Mark my words, man. But family, we got a good topic for y'all today. Today we're talking about dreams and being on your purpose as a man, but controlling your lust along the way. So we're gonna get into the first question. What does a man with a purpose look like to you? What is his actions? How does he carry himself?
A man with a purpose. Okay. I'm a big person on where intention.
There you go.
We talking about that. Like, I feel like your intentions or being intentional is a way that every man should carry themselves. What that means is you should go into every situation knowing what you want to get out of the situation, knowing how you want the situation to go. Even as small as a conversation like what we have it right now. I know for a fact, like, this conversation right now isn't just benefiting us, but it's benefiting the viewers that's watching us. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like just being intentional with what you do, the moves that you make, because if you move unintentional, you will get unintentional results.
Oof. We already saying something. So does moving unintentional? Does that mean is that moving with lust? Because we're talking about lust too.
I'm a big believer in that. So a lot of times, like we always be talking about like controlling yourself as a man. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And we all know that like being lustful is a very hard thing to control.
Yeah, we in college too,
you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, but I'm a big person, and I'm the fact of you can feel it in your heart.
You definitely can.
I'm a hunch-driven person, so like.
And let me tell you something too. When we talk about intentions, before you do something, God know your intentions too.
He do.
God, so it's like before you even think about going to talk to a certain person, or even just like let's say you're in line up for a job. It's some people could be like, well, I want the job, but if I don't get it, it's okay. But it's like God already know you want the job really bad, or if it go your way, you'll be okay. But if it don't, it don't. So what I'm trying to say is, sometimes you can want things, or you can run it for the wrong the wrong reasons,
Right.
but God always know that too.
Exactly.
So if it don't go your way,
Right.
He already know it didn't go your way because He knew. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm saying? Like he wants, you know your wants,
No cap.
but he knows
There's
your
your needs. There you
Yeah,
go.
type vibes.
There you go. So now we talking about dreams too.
Mhm.
What is your definition of a dream? Not a dictionary, or not a dictionary definition, but what is a dream to Duece?
That's I like that.
'Cause you know we talk about our dreams all the time.
We do. And I'm an avid dreamer.
I am too.
I believe in dreams. I love dreams. I feel that you should never stop dreaming. I don't
Okay.
care. You was just born or you old.
And truth be told, I've had a lot of dreams in my sleep,
real.
and they've come to fruition. Like
Real
for
talk.
real.
Real talk.
Seriously.
I'm a big person in the fact of manifesting your dreams. So I always try to like remember my dreams to understand them and understand why I would think the way that I thought while I was sleeping.
Okay.
Because when you're sleeping,
Okay.
that's like the only time in your life that you really don't have any control over.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Because your mind is really at rest. You know what I'm saying?
So that's your truest intentions.
Okay.
When you-
And when you talk about, manifesting, I feel like, whatever you manifest, you need to speak positively over it.
Exactly.
Because it's like, I've learned too, it's like, because you know how people say like, when you don't have expectations,
Yeah.
you won't be disappointed.
Right.
But I feel like in a sense, you should though, because it's like, if you want something so bad, and I know everything not gonna go the way you always planned it to, but it's like at the same time, you thinking like, nah, like I want this to work. I want this to be 100%. I want it to do good. You don't, like I say, when I post my reels and even videos, I don't ever think like, oh man, I may not get the views. And even if I do, if I don't, it's okay. Because I'm still speaking positively over it. You know what I'm saying?
But somebody is getting touched by it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't, like somebody told me this one time, and I never forget it for the rest of my life. They said, you complaining about 60 views,
Yeah.
but what if right now you was in front of 60 people?
And see, that's why we here, man. Because I was just finna bring up that point, because he told me that.
Real talk.
And before I even started doing this podcast thing, he told me, he said, don't get caught up in the views.
Yeah.
Because if he said, the way I think about it now, like yesterday, I was a little down about my reels not doing the way I wanted to, but I was like, it said 90 views, but I said, Cody, if you invited 90 people to your birthday party,
You would be.
you're lit. You're lit.
Having the time of
Your life. Had the time of your life.
Real talk.
And that's real.
And that's what really I think people have to stop getting into, because they look at other people's reels and see and start to put themselves in their comparison mindset.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
It is.
Okay.
But they don't see where they started at.
No, literally.
You know what I'm saying?
They only see the
You know what I'm saying?
It's a grind.
A lot of people put themselves like, I know people come up to me like, yo, how do I get to where you at right now? Like, how do I get to where you at? And I find myself so busy thinking, how did I get there? You feel
No
me?
cap. And Duce just got off a conference call, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
By his party promotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, he working. Event planner. I'm sorry, my fault. There you go. I got it. I'm gonna get the word right for sure.
But nah,
for sure.
the reason, you wanna know why I say I'm so big on event planning for this party promotion?
Okay, go ahead.
The reason why I'm so big on event planning as far as other than party promotion, when you say party promotion, it inadvertently puts you in a box. You feel me? When you get put in a box, a lot of times as black men, they don't like to take us out of that box.
Okay.
So no matter where you go, you in your heart think it's bigger than us, but they see party promoter.
Okay.
I say event planner, I don't care if I'm doing a wedding, a prom, a party, a kid's birthday party. It don't matter what I'm doing. I have the jurisdiction to move outside of what you wanted me to be.
Now I tell you something too. People are naturally put you in a box in general.
Real.
But the thing is, as long as you don't put yourself in that box, that's all that matters.
In that box.
That's all that matters. People gonna do that in general with anything.
But that's why I'm so big on correction of vocabulary. Because you might put me in that box, but if I tell you that's not the box I'm gonna be in, you correct it. Now your brain
is rewiring. Okay. That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Now we talking about this when we talking about dreams and stuff.
Yeah.
What's something that you'll be willing to do for free, but you'll know eventually the money will come if you continue to be consistent and do what you're supposed to do?
Two things.
Okay.
First one, I'm gonna think selfish.
Okay.
The first thing I'd be willing to do for free, is to work under or be the apprentice to somebody like one of my idols. You feel me?
Okay.
Like, for example, tomorrow Terrence J's coming.
Okay,
You know
cool.
what I'm saying? To the school to do a live podcast.
That's what's up.
I'm going to meet him. I'm telling him like, man, I'm very interested in working with you. I'm gonna tell him my resume. I'm gonna tell him all the things.
And I believe in you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's something gonna pop off.
And the second thing is subconscious.
Okay.
A big thing that I love to do
Mm-hmm.
is to help out the people around me because I feel that you're only as big as the people that you keep around you. You feel what I'm saying?
That circle is real, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? That circle is so real.
Real.
Because you can have, say you was a horrible man, right?
Okay.
And I always wanted to be around you. I'm gonna end up invertly doing all the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
You feel me?
For sure.
That's just
For sure.
a
Because
part
that's
of
like
the circle. You feel
it's
me?
like you are when you keep around.
Yeah.
And you know, like, and they don't got nothing to do with it, but it's like they're saying, like, you ever heard they saying, like, you hang around somebody so much you start to look like them? And that don't even mean facial. You gotta really read between the lines. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm so big because Tag, we just started in January. Y'all tap into Tag,
Okay.
premier event planning agency,
Okay.
specializing in culture curation and allowing everybody to
Big
have
time, baby. Big time.
the ultimate experience.
Big time.
But say Tag, which we just started in January,
Right.
say I came in. A lot of people don't realize, I'm saying right now, I don't care. I don't pay myself. Ever. I put everything back to Tag.
Wow.
And I would say we made pretty good money. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure y'all do. They got some good parties, yo.
I put it all back into Tag. Why do I put it all back into Tag?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know off the rip,
Mm-hmm.
the bigger things that I want to do will require that money that could have made me satisfied in the moment.
And that's real.
You feel
And you
me?
know what? That's selflessness. Because you already know
Real talk.
what you're a part of is bigger than you.
Real
You know what I'm saying? Because you could be selfish, put all that money back into your pocket,
Real talk.
maybe even buy things that you don't got no business buying right now, but you putting it back into your business. I seen, AMP, they do that too. They say they don't spend the money they get from YouTube, they just put it back into to their channel. And that's real.
Right.
And that's real.
Because what people don't see is a lot of people complain like or want more. What I realize is somebody can only see the pack. A lot of people don't see for other people, they see for themselves. So you can put somebody in a situation and say, what type of event do you want? Let's just talk about the basic. What type of party do you want?
Okay.
I want a Darty that has this, but I don't want to pay over $5.
That's real. That's real.
You just told me you want Drake to pop out to the Darty, but you don't want to pay over $5.
That don't make sense.
You gotta
think.
It's a give and a take type of
It
situation.
is.
You feel me?
It is.
And what they gotta realize as event planning groups,
Okay.
we're specialized in keeping you guys' experience at A&T as a whole an amazing experience. You feel me?
Now, to bounce off what you just said, what you doing now? Because she just said he started his party planning group in January. I just started my podcast in February.
Event planning group.
Event planning group.
There
I'm
you
gonna get it
go.
right. I'm gonna get it right.
That's three.
That's
That's three.
three times the charm.
Keep
Keep
it
track.
track.
I am.
Keep it
I'm gonna do
track.
that. I just started this podcast in February.
Yep.
Now, so from where you are today, from a year ago, when was the like epiphany? The time where you was like, you know, I feel like this is my calling. I need to do this. Like, I can't wait around for no more. I can't host anybody else's party. I want to do my own thing now. When did that become to where you was like, you know what, this is my calling. I gotta do this. You know, this is something that God telling me to do also.
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know me, like,
I do.
I'm one of those people that are like, I feel anything is possible. Like, I never put myself in a box. And we talk about that all the time. Like, I feel like us as individuals are people that are prophetic manifestors. So a lot of people manifest out of spirituality, but we manifest out of faith. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real.
And that's what I mean by prophetic manifestors.
And that's real too what you said, because you know, with me getting closer with God in the past year, that faith thing is real.
The faith thing is real.
Because it's like, you know, you can say you believe, but like I say, God know your intentions.
Real.
You know, He still know what you feel in the inside. So it's like you gotta feel it 100%. Even if you don't even see the results right away, you still gotta feel like it's on its way. And you know, sometimes, you know, like I say about when I would get down about the numbers of the reels and stuff, it's like God always do something to like tell me keep going, because today I'm listening to gospel music as I'm walking to work. I'm walking to work. This dude say, "Hey, your name Cody?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I fuck with your podcast, bro. Keep going." I said, "That's love, bro. Appreciate you." He said, "I'm proud of you." And I just look up to the sky and I just say, "That's him," and that's what I needed today, just to keep me. Now this goes into the next question. What do you do to keep yourself going when you feel like you're not getting the credit or the recognition that you deserve or want at the time?
That's a good one. I'm gonna tell you something that I had to learn. Nobody told me this, but I had to learn it for myself, because when I learned this, my life changed.
Okay.
Two things.
One,
in my most depressive state in my life, I went to church, and the saying or the topic of the day was to thank God for the normal. I feel like a lot of times we get into what we can't have or what we don't have, rather than what we do have, and that's normal things like breathing, like eating, like not having to worry about where you stay, like not like going to this beautiful school, like, you feel me? Like, these are just normal things, and a lot of people go through a lot of things that aren't normal.
Okay, and that's real. And you know what? It's so crazy that you say that, because I tell people that all the time. It's like, you know, it's like we already blessed. You know, we want more blessing, but we already blessed. Like me and you both woke up.
So when they say, "What do you want to ask God for?" I say just continue success.
Okay.
Continue blessings.
Okay.
A lot of people believe in luck. I can't stand that word.
Really?
Can't stand the word luck.
Wow.
Don't bring luck around me. I don't want it. Because when you say luck, you're implying that without it, there's negative implications.
That's different, y'all. I never thought about that. Because I always tell people you need just a little bit.
Oh, no. I only want blessings.
Wow.
Anything that happens that somebody tries to say had to be from luck, can't be. That was God's plan. You feel me? Okay. That was a blessing.
And that's real. That's real. And I want to ask you something too. With all this, you know, we talking about dreams and being on the purpose. You know, when you talk about when you say you went through a little depressive state.
Yeah.
When did you feel lost in life? Because I'm gonna tell you when I felt it. After when you say yours.
I'm gonna make it real quick.
I am too.
I felt the most lost in life at the happiest time of my life.
Wow.
My freshman year of college.
So last year.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that though.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you why I felt lost. Because I felt so happy with what the world was giving to me. But I couldn't understand what the world was giving to me.
Wow. That's deep. Y'all gotta read between the lines with that one. That's deep. And it's so crazy you say that, because I felt lost at, and I was like, you know, something got to give was last year in Barbie. We both lived in the same dorm. And it started in spring semester when it was time to go home. And God set me down last year at a moment of isolation over the past summer that passed. I'm going to talk about this in another episode too. But something had to give. Something had to give. And I had to let go of a lot of things. I had to get closer to Him. Had to believe in Him more, you know. And another thing I want people to realize too, because I'm a victim of this. When you get here, you still gotta thank Him like when you was right there.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you get here and think it's all you. It's all good. Like it is what it is.
It is what it, and that's not true. When you get there, you still gotta pray like you're trying to get here.
Oh my goodness.
And it's real. And I'm gonna talk about that a little bit more in another episode.
When I'm hosting, I get up on stage. The first thing I love to say is, I'm a big believer in Christianity. I love my God. And if you love your God, you feel like God been doing everything in you, for you. I need you to say amen.
Amen.
Everybody say amen. It's a great time. It's a great way to get everybody involved. They attentive to you. And you know why? Because you started off with the person that started it out.
There you go. One and only. And let's talk about another topic too. Chasing success versus adding value to the world. Now that's two different things. Because I watched this dude named Dr. Miles Monroe. God bless his soul. Rest his soul. He's not alive anymore. But he's based off. He's from Nassau, Bahamas. And I was watching one of his sermons, and he says, you know, people shouldn't chase success. You should chase value, because when you add value to the world, they'll pay you for it.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're adding value and having an impact on what you're doing, somebody see it and somebody's gonna want what you're doing and they're gonna pay for it too. And I feel like versus chasing success, I feel like it's chasing lust, chasing that gratification, that validation that you want from people to be a household name and stuff, and just every time you go you want somebody to recognize you. But it's like, if you continue to want to add value to yourself and to the world, people are going to do that regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I like what you're doing so much that I want more of it.
Real talk.
And when I want more of something, I'm going to continue to watch or buy it over and over and over again.
Real talk.
Okay? Because that's like, you got a favorite food.
Real talk.
You eat it again because you know why? It brings you something. It brings some type of value, some nutrition to your body.
Real talk.
There you go. And so what would you say, in a sense, and not because I know you know the difference. What does that mean to you?
What chasing success versus adding value to the world?
Yeah.
When you chase success,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times people chase success, obviously, selfishly. You feel me?
That's real.
And I don't think that being selfish is selfish.
Elaborate.
What I mean by that, a lot of people will get into it as, and I know this because I'm a victim. Oh, I can't do it because the guy's not doing it. I can't do it because the guy's not doing it. But last night, I was in the conversation room, and he said,
I was there too.
don't miss that moment.
Don't miss that moment.
Don't miss your moment.
And that's what me and JB be talking about all the time.
Because
We just in a moment.
You can't. It's not selfish to capitalize on what the guy has given to you.
Okay.
That's not selfish.
That's not. Don't miss your moment.
In that same regard, though,
Mm-hmm.
you have to understand that what God gives to you, you gotta give back.
Okay. You do.
Real
You
talk.
do. You do. And you
And
gotta meet
that's
halfway.
And that's how you add value to the world.
Okay. You gotta give it back.
You got to.
And when others give to you, you do gotta give it back.
Oh my
That's real.
goodness, because it's bigger than you.
It
You
is.
know what I'm saying?
It definitely is big.
It's way bigger than you. A lot of people get into it and say like, yo, this is my time to go, this is my time to go. And it is your time to go, but why? You feel what I'm saying? Why is it your time to go? Who gave you the precinct to understand that it was your time? Just because
real stuff, y'all.
a lot of people say this, I'm gonna say this is my last point on this topic right here. A lot of people get upset because they think they put the work in and that they are expected to have the results. Jesus put the work in and still died on the cross.
Yes, boy. Yes, man. That's why he's my boy, man. That's why he's my boy. You get it. You get it, man. You get it, bro. And sometimes you don't get it, but he get it, man.
That's just real though.
It's real though, bro.
The world don't give you or expect, or you shouldn't expect anything from the world.
My mom always tell me that. Nobody in the world don't owe you bleep.
Don't owe you a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing, man. Nothing.
But how you carry yourself, the work that you put in, the way you treat people, the way you go about in your life.
Emphasis on how you treat people. Emphasis on how you treat people.
That's what people are going to remember you for.
Okay.
They're not going to remember you for that opportunity that you took on. You know what I'm saying? That you felt that you was worthy of.
Okay. Because it's like, you being a millionaire, nobody going to remember how rich you were.
Nobody going to.
They're going to remember, hey, when he was in the grocery store, he bought my groceries.
He was a great person.
He helped my grandma in the house back in the day.
For example, I like to use him as an example because I feel like this is a great example right now. Pope Francis.
Oh yeah, God rest his soul.
God rest his soul, but all you see is all the good things that he's done for people.
Yep, that's real. That is real.
Whether that's washing the feet and kissing the feet of Muslims and prisoners and homeless people. Whether that's taking care of and inviting people with disabilities to his stage and allowing them to take on, you know what I'm saying, what they would have never been able to take on for forever. And number one, I'm not Catholic, you know what I'm saying? But in that same aptitude, good people see good people.
Okay. And that's real. They definitely do.
And they take heed to it.
Okay. And they feel it too.
I'm saying.
Because energy is a real thing.
Energy is the biggest thing. You can see energy through any screen.
Okay.
That's why Casanet's so successful.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Because it's a vibration. It really is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a vibration.
You know that everything he's doing is out of good intention.
No doubt. And just the way he put his homeboys on, family on. Don't forget about his mom, twin sister.
Real talk.
No doubt.
It was never, and I feel like a lot of people get into what has to be content. A lot of people think, oh, you gotta be on the screen with a girl to get content.
Nope.
Oh, you gotta go out and spend millions of dollars to get content. That's not good content.
Okay.
People want to see good people do good things.
Okay, that's real, and that's all it boils down to: being a good person, like you said before, giving back to the world, and that's all I was in. That's all I would tell people: just be kind, because you don't know what people are going through, and you never know how your little embrace can make somebody else's day better or keep them here for another day.
Real talk.
Because you don't never know what they could think about going home and doing to themselves at night.
Real
that day that they seen you.
That's why anytime I go out into the world, my biggest thing is to impact somebody's life just a little bit.
Okay.
So anytime somebody asks me how I'm doing, I don't care if I'm having the worst day, I'm gonna always say amazing.
Okay.
Because I am.
Okay.
Because the problem that I might be going through isn't bigger than the overall aspect of the impact that I could have on your life right now.
Yeah. And see that's real right there.
Real talk.
Selflessness, like I'm gonna say, selflessness. I'm gonna say it again. Because, and the way I always think about my mom, she tell me, you want to complain about a little problem you having, somebody in the hospital, they trying to get away their second stint of cancer, somebody, they can't pay their bills, somebody living on the street. So it's always somebody that's going through something worse than you.
Real talk.
So when you think everything is
peaches and cream,
somebody else going through it worse.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So, and we really doing good. We staying on top of what we doing what we supposed to. Now, when we talk about, being on your purpose, how do you stay disciplined when the motivation fails?
Oh my goodness.
Because it's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be motivated every day because a girl didn't text you back and you're like, I gotta show her. She missing out. You're not gonna think that way every day.
Not gonna think that way.
Because eventually discipline has to come in. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to talk about this because I'm being very vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest problem with going to the gym is the fact that I always feel that I have to be motivated. But that's not true. What I've realized is in this grind that I'm in right now, the only reason why I keep doing it, even when the results aren't all the way showing, is because of the love that I've developed for it. Do you feel what I'm saying?
That passion.
It's because I know in my head that this is bigger than me.
Okay.
When I used to play basketball, a big thing that I used to love to do was to always work on my game because I understood that it was bigger than me. When we started to lose or started to not see success is when I stopped working on my game because I didn't see the instant results.
That motivation faded away. Yeah.
I think as a human nation, our world would be 120% better if we could look past the instant results.
Okay. That's so real because I feel like a lot of people in our generation, our age bracket right here, that's all they do is look for results. All they do is compare their life to people on social media. Oh my God, if I'm not a millionaire by 23, 24, I'm a loser. That's not true. That's not true. Those people right now, they're blessed. They're blessed to be in that position at that young of an age, to have that type of money. But you know what? That's their story. That's the way their story has to be written, and that's the way God intended their life to be too.
I'm gonna tell you.
You gotta wait on your time.
I'm gonna tell you somebody that is a walking example. And despite he get clowned, he get made fun of all the time, but he's a walking example of consistency over motivation. Ashton Martin, whatever his name is. The dude that they take the Saratoga water, put it in the ice, and drop his face in.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, y'all can say, why you use him as an example?
Even though he is probably one of the biggest trolls on the internet.
Okay.
His lifestyle or what he lives is a walking example of doing the right thing. You feel what I'm saying? He wakes up. And he does this every day. So it's no faking it. He wake up. pour ice in a bucket of water with Saratoga water and drops his face in. Proceeds to go work out. Proceeds to go get on a conference call, whether it's scripted or not. This is a consistent thing that he does every day. And he made sure to make a video so that you can see that he's still doing this every day.
That's real. That's real.
And I'm a big advocate. I think what he's doing is silly. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay.
But I think the mindset behind how he's going about it.
Okay. I see what you're saying now.
Is something to look
up to. Okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
see it. There's that consistency factor.
My goodness, because what we don't see is he dropped. I mean, he drops his videos and he's gained such a big following, 14 million followers in a month. You feel what I'm saying? From under 1 million. But we don't see the impact. Now you see all these other people doing it.
Okay.
Now you see all the Saratoga sales going up through the roof. Now you see it's becoming a trend. And I hate trends.
Do you?
I do. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a person of the 3% rule. I'm a follower of the 3% rule.
Okay.
The reason why I hate trends is because obviously we already know you go on a trend, it goes away.
Now explain to the viewers what the 3% rule
Oh my
is.
goodness, I love the 3% rule. So the 3% rule is implying that everything is inadvertently going to look the same, but it's your job to make it 3% different. And that's all I care about.
Okay.
I just want to be in the trend and out the trend 3%.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Whether that's in an event, we play ain't I. Because we know that everybody likes to do that.
Right.
Doesn't mean we not gonna play preach.
Okay.
That's a very minimal
Okay.
example of the 3%.
Okay.
Or whether we're having a forum where we're talking to kids, which is something that we do. We specialize in community service. For every 3 events we have at least one community service event.
Okay.
And the reason I put emphasis on at least because you can't never put a cap on community service.
That's real.
So my boy Beezy type.
That's so real.
But what I'm saying is whether we're doing that and everybody,
shout out Beezy, man.
Shout out Beezy. But everybody knows that community service right now is what I would consider a trend. People are doing community service out of the aspect that they're going to get something from it. Eventually.
That's real. Try to get into a sorority, a fraternity, a scholarship, an internship.
And that's when I want to be 3% in, especially. Because
Sure.
I love community service. Because I love community service.
And that goes back to what we were talking about too, about being a good person.
Oh my goodness.
Because I feel like I'm a very generous and giving person.
Well,
You know, sometimes when you give, you don't need to give to expect something back. Sometimes if you want to give, just do it.
Right.
If it's on your heart, if you feel like, hey, you know what, I got it, do it. But don't think, oh, if I do this, God will bless me a month later with this. That's not how it works.
It's what?
It's about intention.
It is.
But go ahead, what you gonna say?
I was gonna say, to add to that point, a big part of me was trying to figure out in the past, like every time it was a community service event, I just didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I love community service, but this isn't like, I genuinely am not a fan of sitting in the factory packing backpacks.
Okay, and that's real. And there's nothing wrong with that.
The reason why is because my heart wasn't in that purpose or that cause. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta ultimately find what you like to do.
You definitely do. Something that bring you a passion.
No,
That's gonna get you a drive, at least a drive to want to do it.
What do I love? Impacting the next generation. I love kids.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
What did I have to do? I had to go to these high schools, these elementary schools. I had to do Thanksgiving drives. I had to do book giveaways where we came and we collected over 200 books to be able to give back to these schools so that they can have a good time. And we made it into a recess so that our school could even come out and participate in the activity. And then when we gave the books to them, we told them who we were, and we told them about vision and being able to move up to the next level of college and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And speaking, before we even, I'm asking one more question before we start talking about lust.
Yeah.
But it's the last thing about purpose and, passion and dreams. When you talk about, when you tell your vision to other people like the kids, how has God impacted your vision within your life right now?
God is the impact. I mean, it's not how has he impacted, because he is. You feel me?
Okay.
I got this on my phone right now. Right now.
I am.
Because multiple times in the Bible,
That's what it says.
he refers to himself as the great I am.
Yeah. That's real.
I put that on my phone to allow myself to understand that I am, but he is.
And that's real. And Duece, he posted something on his story like a month or so back when he was like, "This the happiest I am that I've been in a long time." I don't even know if you remember you posting that or not.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I feel the same way too. And because I think I tell everybody now, I'm finally doing something that I really have a passion and a drive for.
And you're amazing at it.
And I
gotta
appreciate
get your
that.
flowers.
I appreciate
He was
that.
amazing at it.
And I appreciate
Real
that.
talk.
But I also tell everybody too, it's God.
It is.
Because me getting closer with him and me, giving myself to him, going up to the altar, giving my life over to Christ, and also just living through him too, and building that relationship. It's people be telling me I'm glowing. I tell them it's God. It's that godly glow. Because it's just like I'm so happy with everything that's going on in my life, and I don't even get mad about if something doesn't go my way because I know he's gonna take care of it at the end.
Yesterday, Pastor So, that's a good, because yesterday Pastor So, he said, Pastor, it was Bishop Pierce. He said,
Okay.
he asked a question. He said, how many of y'all are in a time of your life where when you leave church, it's like everything don't go the right way?
That's deep. That's deep.
I couldn't raise my hand.
Okay. I don't think I could either.
I couldn't.
Seriously.
And the reason why is because even though things don't go the right way sometimes, my car been acting up.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get transparently my classes back right. You feel me? And we got a couple more days.
Yeah. Jesus.
It's a lot of things that I could be tripping over right now.
Okay. Sad, moping around.
But I feel immensely blessed.
Literally. I'm telling you, it's like when something go wrong or I'm feeling down, something always happens where it's like, nope, get back up.
Real talk.
And it's God, and I know it is because I feel the signs and I see him with my own eyes. When I talked about earlier, when my reels may not be doing how I want them to do, then I get a text later on that day telling somebody, "Man, I really messed with your videos. Keep going, man. You don't even understand the type of impact you're really having."
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's God. I'm telling you, man.
Right.
Please get close with God. Please understand that he is the one and the only one, and believe in him. And also believe in yourself through him too. And things will continue to go, and you'll continue to be blessed. Even the little blessings will seem like the biggest ones. I'm serious, man.
It's the best step you could ever take.
Now, let's talk about lust.
Okay.
We're in college.
Yes.
We're in college. So
Yes.
has lust ever blocked your blessings before? When you really sit back and think about it, has being lustful caused you to
100%.
mess up something, or for you to hurt somebody along the way when that wasn't your intention?
100%. But I'm gonna tell you why. I'm a big person in of the fact that I think that God never want to take away a blessing from you. So when we say block your blessing,
Okay.
I think that's completely out of our own precinct. Like
Okay.
that's completely out of our own will.
Mm.
And the reason why we blocked our blessing isn't because God took the blessing away from you, but simply because of what Bishop Pierce said yesterday. You just missed your moment. Think about what he was saying about the king yesterday in 2 King. Go read that. 2 King, verse 13, chapter 13, verses 16 through 19. Basically, the aspect of the story was the person, the servant of God, was telling the king, you want to win the war. These are the things that you're going to have to do to be able to win the war. the king, in lack of faith, went and did the things, just not at full totality as the servant of God was telling him to.
He did say that.
So what ended up happening? He didn't get the ultimate result that he was looking for.
Okay.
Not because God took the result away from him,
Yep.
but because he missed his moment.
Okay. And so, you know, I feel like we both come a long way from our freshman year. Even me last year, sophomore year, living in Barbie.
Even like the conversations
last year.
Real talk.
So when it comes to women now, when you start, do you crave genuine connections?
Oh my goodness.
Rather than just, oh, she bad.
Oh my
we can do our thing and keep it moving.
And what y'all don't understand is that Cody is an empath. And what an empath is somebody that can look past themselves and see your wants and needs and know exactly how to effectively treat them in that moment. You feel what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, bro.
The easiest person to talk to, I swear on my life, Lord forgive me for my sins, but the easiest person to talk to. What I'm saying is though, my biggest thing when I went on this walk with Christ was, how do I flee from, and I'm scared to say it out here, I ain't gonna lie, but how do I flee from, I'm gonna not say that word, I'm gonna say it. How do I flee from sexual immorality?
Yeah. Oh, well, you could have said that. Yeah.
Real talk. My biggest thing was, I need to be greater than what I'm giving myself, but I don't know if I can. But I kept telling myself, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can, so much that I genuinely and overtly believed it. And I was like, dang, I really can't, bro, because I kept going back to the same thing, and the same thing, and the same thing.
That toxic cycle over and over again. And you know what's something? I've come so far in my walk with Christ too, with girls in general, because I have to actually like them now. To really want to mess with them. Seriously. And even in so, because it's like, I know God is really in my heart now, because a year ago today now, I'm more open. I'm more open to love. Like a year ago, if a girl even said the word date, I looked at her like she spoke Chinese.
Literally.
Seriously. And it's because no cap. And it's because of, not because I'm not no woman hater or nothing like that, because the things I had been through in the past, and I didn't want to be vulnerable. I didn't want to open up. I didn't want to be emotional towards women. So anytime I felt a girl was trying to get close to me, I moved them away. But it's like, now that God is in my life and I've really let go of all the BS, it's like I'm really more open to, like, you know what, I can go out on a date with this girl, or I can kick it with this girl, and you know talk about something in the past, be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
That I don't know changed to I know.
There you go. And like I said in my clip, even I had to realize, and I'm talking because I always tell people, this podcast is therapy for me too, to take my own advice. Don't change who you are, just change who you're good to. And that's what I had to realize.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And that's what I just had to realize.
That's a full circle.
Literally. Literally. Because of my circle.
Real time.
Literally. Don't change who you are. Just change who you're good to. You know, you're going to meet people. Everybody's not going to do right by you. As long as he does right by you, the man above, everything will continue to either move out your way or come into your circle with pure intentions.
And to add to that, a lot of people don't see the energy shifts that happen in your life when you allow good people fall as bad people.
Okay.
You know what that's called? That's called a soul tie.
And that's real.
People don't believe in that, but that's so real though.
Yeah, it's so real.
You can feel your energy.
Because when you lay down with somebody else, y'all are intertwining souls. And something else that Miles Monroe said too, he said, the reason why men always yearn to have sex and go back into the vagina, because that's where they came from. Think about that. Men yearn to do those things, have those type of connections with women. That's where they came from. That's what you came out of. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, is like Duece said, that soul tie thing is real, man. All those past people you've been with, those demons that haven't been washed off you're converting that to another person, and they're doing it right back to you too, not even realizing it. Cause it's like I don't know if people have ever been out there. You know, you've been with a person, and after you've done it, you don't feel good. You can either feel drained or you don't feel like yourself, and that post nut, you know what I'm saying? That comes into play. And even for women, you could like, it's something about this dude. My body don't feel right. My pH balance is off. It's that soul tie, that energy, that frequency that when two people lay down together, that's not something to be taken lightly, man. It is a real thing. It's a real thing.
It is.
It's a real thing.
And I oftentimes question myself to say like, who do I view my life with in the future? Like when I close my eyes, when I lay down at night, when I visualize myself 30, 40, 50, 60 years from now, who am I with?
Okay.
Who am I sharing life with?
Okay.
What do my kids, my grandkids look like? What is my house? Where am I at?
What I want my daughter to act like her. Something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. And I'm a big person in of the fact of you can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to God.
Okay. And I always been the type of person, I don't even want to lie to myself.
Real
but
talk.
you definitely can't lie to God.
You can't.
And now we're on the topic of woman, what does your ideal woman look like as you continue to build your future up? Because you know what you've been through.
Real talk.
And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, real talk.
And some women don't understand what you're trying to do for yourself in that grind. So what does that support system or the type of person that she look like for you? I'm not even talking about for men. For Duece, for you to be like, you know what, I'm doing what I need to do, but she's sticking by me as well.
The big five.
Okay, tell them the big five.
Unwavering faith in God.
Number 1.
Communication.
2.
Beautiful inside and out.
3.
A grind that can never stop.
4.
And last but not least, a person that I can just share life with.
5.
These aren't in order, but this,
Number 1.
100%.
100%. Okay.
These can come in any shape or form.
Yep.
Because I feel like whether you're having a person that you can share life with, that goes hand in hand with communication. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to want to talk to you. You're going to be the one person I want to talk to.
At any time.
Real talk.
And that's when you know you like somebody too, because everybody have a day where I don't want to feel like being bothered with nobody. But if you get that text and call from that one person, that'll light up your day. That'll make you smile.
Literally.
You'll pick up the phone.
I want to look at my phone and get it. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
And that's why we're going to end this right now.
Okay.
Beautiful inside and out. That's a big thing.
Okay.
A lot of people get caught up in the fact that we focus on beauty standards. When I'm a person who honestly think you wouldn't go after somebody you didn't find beautiful. Whether that was inside or out.
Yep. That's real. That's real. That's real.
What is your definition of beauty? I think that's a big thing. What is your definition of beauty? How do you perceive beauty? Do you perceive beauty as intellect? Do you perceive it as overall appearance? Because me personally, I think beauty is both. I don't want to go after a girl that look like.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I would want to go after somebody I feel uses beauty to carry themselves as an individual.
Okay. And I feel like, you know, when it comes to that beauty thing, it's like that old saying, it's in the eye of the beholder, because it's real. Because what may look good to you may not look good to me. You know what I'm saying? And
real talk.
And it's in different formats too, because
you gotta edit it.
Okay, I got you. And what I mean by that is, because it's like, I feel like me,
I want to be with a girl who's very intellectual too. We can have deep conversations, and she really get me on a different level. You know what I'm saying? And and I also tell people, you need to be with somebody who you're proud to be with. When you look at them,
goodness.
when you look at them, you be like, you know what?
Oh my goodness.
That's my girl, or vice versa. When you know what I'm saying, or a girl looking at you like, that's my guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People need to be proud of who they with.
Like when you look at your girl, you like, wow, like, I really, like, I'm blessed.
Okay. You adore her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and like you said, you just want to get butterflies. Like wow, like you want to get butterflies to the point where it's like every time she come around, it's a type of frequency. You just like, oh my God, where's this feeling coming from? Because like I always tell people too, you need to be proud of who you need to be with, but you also need to be with somebody who you adore.
Yeah.
You need both of y'all need to adore each other and not take each other for granted.
Yeah.
And that's why I always tell people, people be like, oh, the girl needs to like the guy more, or the guy needs to like the girl more. But when two people like each other the same way,
oh my goodness,
nobody else won't feel taken for granted.
Stop comparing your relationship to relationships.
I gotta clip that.
That's a big thing.
Huge thing.
A lot of what is the statistic? 30% of all, I think it was 40% of all marriages end up in divorce.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a true number.
Majority because people forget why it was this person.
Yeah.
Forget how this person made them feel. Forget all the things that led them to be able to say, you're the one for me. I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Yeah. And you know what? Why a lot of marriages can end in divorce too is because you need to be a person before you get with your person.
Oh my goodness. Stop allowing your personality to be your person.
There you go. There you go. And I was watching another sermon the other day too with Dr. Miles Monroe. He says, singleness is the foundation of all human relationships.
Oh my goodness.
And that doesn't just mean in a relationship. That means you as an individual, knowing who you are as a person,
Real talk.
what you like, knowing you can be alone without validation from others. And any room you go into, you can stand alone because you are your own person.
Oh my goodness.
You are your own person.
And to that point, you're speaking to me because vulnerably, a thing that I have been craving is a wife. I'm a big person in the fact of I've established in of myself, I don't care about the women of the world no more. Not to say I don't love you guys. I love all women.
Okay.
But I'm saying as far as commingling with these women, it's putting myself in the aspect of the room with these women to be able to do those lustful things. I don't want that. Don't give it to me. Please don't. We have to understand what a wife is. Who is a wife? How do you view a wife? A wife is a covenant. Somebody that God has established on your life to be able to grow with you. The number one billionaires in this world attribute half of their success, if not all of their success.
And that is real. That is real. There's not I come from a family where I've seen marriage. I've seen good marriages and they all still married. So it's like, I know that feeling because I've seen it. I've seen love at its highest form with kids, grandkids, and all that. So
I've
it's just
seen
like
it at its lowest form.
that's that too. I definitely have too.
It's
I have so many examples of that. And we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna ask you, this is about a 2-part question. What would you tell your younger self now with all you've been through? What would you tell them if you're proud of them or anything like that? And when it's all said and done, when it's your day, what do you want your legacy to be?
That's a good. That's a good 2-part. That's a good 2-part. Ooh, man. My younger self. You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now.
That's right.
Stop comparing yourself to these people. Stop trying to live up to everyone else's expectations. Stop being down on yourself because things aren't going the way they're supposed to go. Stop hating yourself for not being who you think you're supposed to be. And give yourself grace to be able to be better.
That's real. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. And I think I go off for you. I just tell my younger self, believe in yourself, man.
Oh my God. Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. Because there's a lot of people that see it in you already and they're scared of it. Because they see the potential. And you're going to meet some people where they'll put you down instead of trying to help you out because they know what's coming. You're knocking on the surface. And I just think that I just tell myself that. Just believe in yourself, man.
I remember.
Truthfully.
I remember going in my room with some transparent joint and just crying like, yo, like, why do people hate me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I felt that I was so nice to people, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was so kind. I felt like I was doing all the right things, you feel me? Why do people hate me?
Yeah, man.
That was a question I was asking myself.
Wow. That's why I say, man,
Literally,
it pays to be kind.
oh my goodness.
It pays to be kind. You got to. And now you're in a place where all those people see what you're doing, who are rude to you, mean to you, and they'll be back.
But no, they have come back.
I know they have.
But I've showed them nothing but the utmost kindness.
No cap. And that's what I've had to learn too. And that's another reason I would say about getting closer with God. You know, it's like people have said things and now they don't have anything but to say good things. And, you know, before I would hold grudges and be like, man, but it's like now I can accept it. I can be kind. You know what I'm saying?
In that same attitude, me asking why do people hate me, I had to realize they were probably asking why do people hate them.
Yep.
It's all about perspective.
Perspective. Number one thing, perspective. Perspective.
It's all about perspective. It's all about like.
And I want people to realize too, people will put you down to help them feel better about themselves.
Oh my goodness.
Because people could be intimidated by something that's in you, and they could walk into a room and point out everybody's faults just so they can feel better on the inside. Because truthfully, they're insecure about everything they have going on right now.
But that does not mean that you have to return the favor.
And what you want your legacy to be when it's all said and done?
Oh my goodness. I want people to look back and remember that I love them. You feel what I'm saying? I want people to look back and remember, yo, you can't say anything about him because he loved so hard.
Yep.
He would do anything for you.
Okay.
He would give his last for you.
Okay. I just think for me, I want people to think about me. Cody was there.
Really?
Cody was there when I didn't even know he was supposed to be
I
there.
didn't even know he was.
And he was there. And anytime he was a listening ear, he told me the truth, but he said it in a compassionate way with emotional intelligence so that I could understand it. And when people ask me, what do you study in school? I say, do you want the good answer or the real answer? Because the good answer is mass communications, but the real answer is people. I say I'm into people. Because if I can bring some type of insight or joy into somebody's life where they think about things in a different light of perspective, and they could walk away from the conversation we just had and said, I didn't even think about it like that. And, you know, they could see me the next time, you know what, what you said the other day was really real, and I need to hear that. And thank you for being there for me. That's all I care about, man. Just being a good person and knowing to tell people that I would always be there for them when they needed me to be there for them, and I'd give anything if I had it. Okay. And I want to tell y'all thank you so much. This is episode 11.
Hey,
appreciate you, my brother.
this
love you
love you very much.
Love you very much, dog.
Hey man, if y'all aren't subscribed,
please, man, please.
So that conversation,
that was beautiful.
you know what I'm saying, like,
That was beautiful.
Right.
And follow Two Duece on Instagram, tag production.
UCE tag, all
Yes,
that.
all that's gonna be down in the
Talented
description.
and gifted, man. Talented
Okay.
and gifted.
And holla at y'all, boys. Peace.
If you getting money, throw your motherfucking hands up. If you getting money, this your motherfucking anthem. And I don't know what the fuck these niggas thought it was.